Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're new here, my name is Appleseed. If you're not, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. I make vlogs about my life living in NYC, but a little bit of interior decorating, design, and art content thrown in. If that's something that you're into, then I hope you stick around. Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a mini bedroom makeover. I have a few things that I'm gonna be doing to the bedroom, a few little updates here and there. I'm also gonna be giving you guys a little bit of a living room tour just because I feel like I've done a lot of progress in this living room, enough to actually just show you guys all the changes I've made. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of an apartment update. All right guys, enough yapping, let's get right into it. We're currently in my bedroom right now. I feel like I never really film in my bedroom just because it hasn't really gotten to a point where I'm really proud of it yet. I feel like with each of these bedroom makeovers that I do, I'm getting more and more to a place where I'm happy and would want to show it off more. But for now, it's still a work in progress. If you're new here and you haven't seen the other bedroom makeovers, basically I had gotten rid of my desk that I originally had here. I just felt like I needed to separate my spaces and the spaces where I work versus where I sleep. And then a couple of months ago, I ended up finding a really amazing deal on a Floyd bed. I've always wanted a Floyd bed. I have wanted a Floyd bed for so long. I just couldn't justify paying full price for it, especially with the headboard and all the additional add-ons. It does add up to a lot. And so I was really fortunate enough to find one on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal. It was also in really good condition, so I'm really happy about that. I've also moved my money plant in here to just add a little bit of greenery. I just felt like that was missing from the room. Added some wall decor as well. And so it's really coming together. And today we are going to finally be putting up my Gosudere. I feel like my room is just missing a lot of lighting. This is literally the only light I have in the bedroom. This is the IKEA photo lamp. I also have a ceiling light up there, but you guys know it's literally a crime to use ceiling lights, so I don't ever turn that one on. I guess funny enough, technically this is a ceiling light because it's coming from the ceiling, but I just feel like the paper shade aesthetic adds a really nice warmth to your space. I'm just trying to find many ways to make my room feel cozier. I also brought in my little storage thing that I'm going to use as my nightstand. This is a Cartel Campanile dupe, so it's not from the actual brand. You can find these anywhere. Some of you guys had actually asked me where I got it. I got mine specifically off Amazon, so this is the Amazon special. I specifically got the dupe because they just didn't have any colors that I liked from the actual brand, so I found this one on Amazon and I really like the color of it. This is the nightstand that I had originally, but it's just not really giving. It's kind of ugly, so I'm gonna be taking all the things out from there and then putting it back in there. It's really nice because these things just slide open like that, so you can just essentially put anything you want in there. I also drilled a hole in the back of mine to retrofit wires and things like that through, so if I want to put a lamp here, I'll be able to hide the cord. I feel like just even looking at this, it's already such a huge improvement from that. Here's the money tree that I had repotted a few videos ago. I'm actually really happy with the way it's looking so far. It's also growing out some new leaves right here. Also, this is Ernie right here. Say hi to Ernie. He's just chilling in here. Over here, I just have a candle, my little journal. This seashell, really beautiful. I found this at the beach in Provincetown, so I'm really happy that I took it with me. It's gorgeous. Never seen a seashell that big, honestly, in my life. Here's a photo that I took when I was in Thailand. Over here, I just have my records and things. And then I have this humidifier here. Also, if you're wondering what all this is, I have no idea how this happened. I mean, these things right here were just tears in the wall from when I had stuff hanging up. I tried to wipe this stuff off using cleaner and it just wasn't coming off, and I have no idea what caused it. And so if you guys have any tips on how to actually clean this stuff off, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I was thinking about just having to repaint this part of the wall. Okay, I think we're just gonna tear this apart. Probably the best way to unpack this. And here's the Gosudere, a little bit of an instruction manual, which I think is important to read, and then the wire. I think I set it up correctly. Hopefully this thing doesn't like explode in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. That would be crazy. I'm thinking about getting a projector and a projector pull down screen and installing it right there. Because my whole issue right now with my bedroom is that I would love to have a TV set up in here, but there's just nowhere to put a TV in here. So I figured the other alternative was to get a projector screen and just have it be a pull down and then have my projector somewhere over here. If you guys were wondering how I'm actually getting up to the ceiling, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a forbidden move. So do not try this at home, but I will be standing on top of this ladder on top of my bed frame, which can go really wrong, guys. So I'm really praying here that this all goes very smoothly. I am first going to just throw my bed over. I literally do not recommend anyone doing this. This is the only way for me to get to my ceilings. I have pretty high ceilings. So here goes nothing. And if I fall, I'm gonna try to fall this way because this is where my mattress is. So I think it'll be okay as long as I do this quick. Ooh. Wow. I think I'm just gonna go for it, and if it looks bad, I'll cry about it later. Whew. Okay, that ended up not being as bad as I thought it was gonna be. This is the light bulb that I'm using. This is the Govee light bulb. I love the Govee light bulbs, and also I wanted to stay in the ecosystem. Okay, kind of obsessed with that. This is perfect. This really made the space feel so cozy. What is it like to be under it? Oh my gosh, guys, this eats. This quite literally eats. So the next thing on the agenda is I have these new bed sheets that I got from IKEA as well. And we're going to be setting it up because it has been quite a while since I've gotten new bed sheets. I just think also it's important to just have a rotation of bed sheets. That way when these blue ones are getting cleaned, I'll be able to use these ones and vice versa. I overheard somebody IKEA say that and I was like, you know what? I really never thought about that because I've only ever had one set of bed sheets, which of course is kind of silly because anything can happen. Like if I ever have an accident, right? Which I haven't had since I was a child, but anything can happen and it's just nice to have spare bed sheets. I'm also somebody that likes change. And so it's just nice that I can change things up, you know. I feel like that's also just one of the things that I feel is missing in my bedroom is just fun bed sheets that I can interchange from time to time. And I think being able to change the way my bed looks every now and then is gonna be really good as kind of like a mental reset as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of like a funny issue now that I have the lamp right above my bed, is I won't be able to toss my things around anymore. Okay, so I just finished reorganizing and taking everything out of there and putting it in there. I figured since I recently redid my living room, this would be the perfect time to give you guys a little bit of a living room tour. So here's the current state of the living room. I just painted that IKEA media console. If you guys are interested in learning how to paint IKEA furniture, definitely check that video out. It is a fun one. Over here, we have my Eames lounge chair. Absolutely love this chair. This is Dijung, say hi. This is They Them Alien. We haven't given them a name yet, so if you guys have any names, leave them in the comments. Over here, we just have some coffee table books. This is a book by this photographer named Ren Hang. He got exiled from China. This is New York Living Rooms, really cute book about really cool living rooms in New York City. And then I just have some random stuff here, a coaster. This shelf right here is from this brand called Russet. It's really cool because it doesn't require any drilling, any nailing or hammering of things. It also comes apart completely, so it's very modular, very easy to move with. I also really love the wood and the color. And then here we have my Akari lamp. These are the two frames that I picked up while I was in New Hampshire and Vermont. I'm still trying to figure out where to put it on the wall. I've been meaning to redo this entire wall. I'm actually thinking I might just take a picture of the wall and then go into Photoshop and then play around with configurations. So I have my Swell Hang It All hanger. This thing is a beauty. It is such a statement piece in my living room. Here is my Platycerium Willinkii, also known as a staghorn fern. I have specifically been wanting the Willinkii species. I just really love how thin these leaves end up being. Over here, I have my Lucky Cat. So my mom told me you're actually supposed to face the Lucky Cat towards the front door of whatever building you're in, if it's your apartment or your business, because that's how you bring money in. So if you have a Lucky Cat, make sure it's facing the front door. And then over here, another beautiful hanging plant. This one is the Anthurium Willingerii. This plant is really freaking cute because the flowers that it produces are swirly, pretty trippy. Really love this plant. Ooh, I have this terrarium of sphagnum moss. Love this. And then down here, I have this little plate thing. You're actually supposed to use this to grind herbs and things, but I haven't ever used it for that. My old roommate actually got this for me from Mallorca, so shout out to her. And then these are just random rocks and things that I found while I was at beaches. Then I have my TV here with my sound system next to it. And then of course the cabinet, which I recently just did the IKEA DIY for. There's nothing really in these two separate cabinets. They just have wires and things going into them. But in here, I have my gaming consoles, my Switch, things like that. Very, very functional, which I love. Over on this side, I have my In the Mood for Love poster by Wong Kar-wai. I have this green thing that I recently just picked up from IKEA that houses my blankets and things like that. Also, guys, I've just finished reading Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, also known as Japanese Breakfast. This book made me cry so much. I didn't even realize books were capable of holding so much emotion. This is a fantastic book. And then back here, nothing too special, just my fan, my router, and then my little air purifier. Okay, so on to this side of the living room where my work area is. You already know, have to get my yerba mate in. Desk setup right here, monitor. This painting I made when I was in the 4th grade that I kept with me all these years. Some photos I took last summer. And then up there, I have another plant. This one is the first plant that I ever bought. This is the Philodendron 69686. Love that plant. And I just have like random knickknacks here and there on this shelf. And then I have this empty fish tank terrarium situation that I might actually use and turn into a terrarium one day. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing that happen. And yeah. So today for dinner, we're gonna be making mapo tofu. For you guys who don't know what mapo tofu is, it's a Sichuan dish that's made up of spicy bean paste. There's tofu in it, there's ground beef, chili oil. I have been on a Sichuan kick recently, and mapo tofu is one of my favorite dishes ever. And I recently just learned how to make it, and so that's what we're gonna be having for dinner today. My recipe is actually quite simple. I use silken tofu, ground beef. Normally I would use ground pork because I think ground pork tastes a lot better, but the supermarket didn't have ground pork for some reason, so we're using ground beef. I'm also adding mushroom in mine. I feel like mushroom just soaks up a lot of flavor and juices, and this is the perfect dish to throw mushrooms in. So I have these Sichuan peppercorns, and I don't have a pestle or mortar. I was thinking of wrapping it in some kind of parchment paper and then using a wooden spatula and then just crushing it up. I think that could work. I'm really glad there's a Chinese supermarket near me because I live in a predominantly Caucasian and Latino neighborhood, and so it's really random that there is even a Chinese supermarket near me. I was able to find this. Yo, this is the authentic Sichuan bean paste, and I cannot believe I found this. I cannot believe they had it. I was probably in that grocery store for over an hour just standing there looking at all the condiments and doing research on the best one. And according to the internet and everybody, they say that this is the good one. There's another brand, Lee Kum Kee, which is actually a Cantonese brand. Most of my Asian condiments are from Lee Kum Kee just because that's what I grew up using. That's what I grew up seeing my parents use. But apparently the Sichuan style bean paste that Lee Kum Kee uses is actually not that good. So I went with the more authentic version, and I'm really curious but excited to try it out. I'm really glad that they had this. I was also able to pick up some Shaoxing wine, which I'm really excited to use because I've actually never cooked with this before. And so yeah, let's bring these authentic Chinese flavors into my cooking. I also picked up some 5-spice, which is also gonna go into the mapo tofu. And for the very first time in my life, I finally picked up MSG. I don't know why, but for the longest time, I didn't think you could just buy MSG at a supermarket. I thought it was like a special type of order thing where you had to either buy it online or buy it at a very specific grocery store. I didn't realize that you can just get this anywhere. I feel like this is going to level up all my Chinese cuisine. That might have been too much oil. Garlic, which I kind of wish I had more of, but it is what it is. Next up, ground beef. I marinated it with some soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, and ginger. Some shiitake mushrooms. Now the chili bean paste goes in. I'm not entirely sure how much to put in, so I think I'm just gonna put in that much, and I think that should be good. I'm making a lot, so probably another spoonful. Now for the peppercorns, I couldn't really grind it that well, so this is as best it's gonna get. Also, I'm scared that I put a lot. That might be too much, but whatever. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of MSG, 5-spice. I have some mushroom bouillon here since I added in some shiitake mushrooms. Some chili oil, some broth, I almost forgot to put in the sugar. I'm using my trusty little Dutch oven that I got from the brand Goldilocks. It is so freaking cute. This also smells fantastic, y'all. I'm gonna go in for a little bit of a taste test just to see how spicy this is. Okay, it's really, really flavorful. Not as spicy as I thought, which is actually kind of good because I can't really handle spicy like that, so this might actually be perfect. I have some green onions, which I'm gonna just throw them in. Okay guys, here is my mapo tofu. It smells so freaking good. I mean, what else is there to do but try it, right? So yeah, without further ado, bon appetit. This was so freaking good. You definitely get the numbing effect. My mouth is like kind of numb right now. And I kind of like the numbingness. A lot of people hate it, but I personally really like the numbing feeling. I think if I actually had a pestle and mortar and grinded up the peppercorns, it would be way more of a kick and spicy. I think that's the only thing that I don't have that I really needed to do to the dish. But otherwise, This is freaking fantastic, and it was so easy to make. I feel like all the dishes that are really easy to make end up tasting the best. I'm really happy with how this came out. I was going to make it with minced pork instead of minced beef. I like pork a lot better, but they didn't have minced pork for some reason. I don't know what kind of supermarket doesn't have minced pork. And honestly, it tastes really good with the beef, so I actually don't mind. All right, let's get a little bit of tofu. Guys, not to toot my own horn, but I could be a chef. You guys, look what just came in the mail. I finally bought a projector screen for my bedroom, and it's gonna go right up here. Okay, so this thing is freaking huge, and there was a part of me that thought it wasn't gonna ship because it was delayed by a whole entire week. And I was really scared because I literally paid $50 for this and the shipping was free. I have no idea why I'm unboxing this on top of my bed. This is like kind of gross. Hey. Yo, I just got this and I literally almost messed it up. I have this pencil right here that I'm gonna use to make the mark on where the nail is gonna go. And yeah, wish me luck. Is that leveled? Please tell me that's leveled. That is freaking awesome, guys. That is so cool. I have this Amazon special projector right here. It's pretty good for what it does, but I heard that nowadays they make projectors that have a whole TV interface on it, whether it's Google Play or Samsung TV, basically a smart projector. And I just think that's really freaking cool because with this projector, I have to plug it into a laptop or any kind of HDMI device in order to use it. But just knowing that I can have a projector set up somewhere in my room and to be able to turn it on and go on Google TV, go on Netflix, go on YouTube, that's freaking amazing. So I am definitely thinking about investing in a projector in the future, but for now, this is gonna make do. Country boys make do. One of the reasons why I've been wanting to get a projector screen for the bedroom is because I have been building my physical DVD collection. I have been purchasing movies. The first movie that I picked up is called Flee. I believe this film is about an Afghanistani who leaves his home country in seek of shelter. This is definitely a film that I am excited to watch because I mean, it's an LGBTQ film, so I feel like it's important to watch it, but at the same time, I think the themes are very important and matter, so I'm excited to see this. I also picked up this World of Wong Kar-wai box set, which features some of his most famous movies. Wong Kar-wai is actually one of my favorite directors of all time. Really fantastic director. I love his cinematographer, Christopher Doyle. It's very colorful, very artsy, and very fun. And so definitely check out his films. I've actually seen all of his films already, but I definitely had to pick this up because Amazon was having a 50% off of this box set. And it's really freaking cool because it comes with like a book, it comes with all of his most iconic movies. If you haven't heard of Wong Kar-wai and you haven't seen any of his films, I definitely recommend checking out Fallen Angels and Happy Together. Those are probably my two favorite films by him. Chungking Express is also a classic. Definitely a rabbit hole that you can go very deep into, so definitely check him out. I'm gonna wrap up the video here, but I just wanna thank you guys so much for watching and making it all the way to the end. There's been a lot of new people here recently, and so I just wanna welcome you guys all into my little world, a little slice of my life, and I really appreciate you guys all for watching and supporting. I'm thinking of maybe doing a little bit of a mini Q&A for reaching 2,000 subscribers, which is so exciting. So if you guys have any questions for me, please leave them down in the comments, and I will try my best to answer them in an upcoming video. Summer is in full swing, and so make sure you guys go outside, touch some grass, enjoy the beach, enjoy this lovely heat wave weather that we've been getting. I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya.